What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another third-party review, and today we're looking at an upgrade kit for Mega Moon Man on TFW. I'm not sure if he's anywhere else, but TFW is where I've talked to him. I'm going to put a link to his profile in the description. And this is for what I think is probably the best Hasbro toy this year, and that's the Leaderclass Jetfire. What you get is a little baggie, which never makes this hobby feel more like an addiction than when parts arrive in a little baggie like this. And full of parts. And some of you may already know what these do, some of you don't. I have never installed these, so we're going to take them all out one by one, go through where they go, and make sure that we don't need to do any adjustments on the fly or anything with these for them to be installed properly. So let's actually get this going. So here we've got Jetfire in his robot mode, which is the best place to really install probably all of this kit. And if you recall when I reviewed this guy, I had said how much I really loved him, but really hated how just, breaking these aesthetics of these wide open panels are. And that's exactly what all of this stuff is actually intended to do. Every piece is shaped and crafted so it's supposed to fit inside every single one of these hollow spaces to turn him into kind of the toy that we all really wanted him to be. So for instance, we take the leg piece here and push it on in, and I don't know how easy that's ever going to be to get back out again, but now that leg is a lot more filled. The color is not 100% perfect, but it is pretty darn close. A little bit of flashing here that I probably could have taken off beforehand, but that's okay. But yeah, now we filled that in, and that's a huge improvement to me versus this side here. So let's move up to his arms here, and you can see we've got these pieces here that have the space to accommodate the hexagonal part. So we'll take this and we'll make sure we have the correct side on each side of his arm. And whoops, this one doesn't look like it fits quite as nice. There we go, it's going in now finally. They're a little bit tough to get in here, that's for sure. So these are definitely not coming out without actually being broken to bits and pulled out individually. But they do fit in rather nice, and it is hard to see on the camera because of the white balance, but the color, like I said, it's not an exact match, but it's so hard to notice compared to these big wide open gaps that really it's not a big deal. Rest assured that every part on this guy that has a major hollow has been accounted for, and for that you're going to want to use these pieces. Make sure that you have the angled pieces forward. But before you install that, we're going to want to take some kind of knife here, and this is a little bit of a big knife for this, and split these and remove all the extra flashing off the edge of this one. But once you've got that extra little bit of material removed, it's really just a matter of getting these things into position and pushing them on in. Now on the arms, I don't feel like these ones necessarily work as well as some of the other ones, just because of the manner of the way the arm is shaped, but it still does a sufficiently good job at making that hole a lot less noticeable. The next piece we're going to work with is going to be this little piece here, and once again we need to cut this in half and remove the trim. So these pieces are the tricky ones to figure out if you're not really paying attention. They actually go here on the hands, and again you just push them on in. And I like to use the screwdriver, a little screwdriver here, just to make sure I get it in there as far as I can. There we go. So there we hide that a little bit, and you'll do the same for the other side, obviously. The last main piece we have for Jetfire is this little piece right here, and once again we're going to cut it right in half. Once we have this piece is actually going to finish filling in at least what we can of these forearms. So take it, and it's just going to slide in just like that. So that's it for the main kit here of our Jetfire, and you can just see just how much better this thing ends up making them look. It's really what Hasbro should have done to begin with. just get all this stuff filled in to make it just look like a much better toy. We do have two more pieces. We've got this piece and we got this little black piece. And what this little black piece does is it actually fits right under here so we can cap off the front of the jet. It's nice and easily removed in case you want to put the gun in the front. And then what this does is it actually goes right on here. Whichever side you please, I suppose you can put it on. Just like that. And what that actually has now done is this extra gun here now has a 5mm peg hole to fit in right on that fast pack. Which now makes it, when you take all this stuff and decide you want to combine it in some strange, ridiculous manner like this, you actually don't have that gun left out. And it does not affect the ability of the cockpit to fold up in on the back. And for reference, here is what our Jetfire looked like before the upgrade kit in his jet mode. And then here he is again with the upgrade kit, and now you can see we have a great place to put that cannon on here, especially considering that this fast pack can actually rotate on a swivel. Now you've now got a swivelable set of cannons. The engines make less sense, but hey, I suppose if they were off, why not? And from the bottom here, all of that extra stuff is all filled in. So yeah, it's a really good kit, fan-made kit. It's cost me 24 bucks shipped in the US to actually get this guy. Pretty comparable to your Shapeways kit, so I really can't complain about that. So if you're into this toy as much as I am and think it's one of the best things made this year, then I definitely think that this is a very worthwhile upgrade to make this, you know, what it should have been from the factory. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next time.